Folks, how we doing? Welcome to Good Works Tractors. We're talking about a VersaFrame today, all right? And, well, this uses a foundation for Pallet Forks, for a Stump Bucket. It's got chain hooks, it's got a receiver. You can put suitcase weights on it. It goes on the front of the tractor or the back of the tractor. What can't this thing do? And we have them available for JDQA, John Deere Quick Attach, and SSQA, skid steer quick attach, or obviously 3-point hitch as well.
Let's jump in right now though. JDQA standard still comes in black. That's a limited edition.
That's right. So standard color is going to be black for our VersaFrame, but we're going to have limited edition colors, at times green, orange, red, maybe blue. We'll see. Same thing with the buckets, okay? We'll get different colors of those. We do that with a variety of stuff. Most folks don't care, right? If it's black or whatever the paint color is, but sometimes folks care. They want everything to match, and that's perfectly fine as well. So we run smaller batches of those other colors just to, well, I mean, they're not as popular as the basic color. And you'll also see tucked in the corners are going to be parking stands. So there are going to be some 3-point hitches that don't lower far enough down to the ground to be able to get underneath the 3-point hooks and raise everything back up. You can put it on a pallet or some blocks or something like that if you want to, but we include, at least right now, these parking stands, and that would be something we are kind of looking for feedback on actually, as well as how often do you folks use these parking stands? You know, if it's not valuable and used by the majority of folks out there, then it's not worth including, right? Everybody has to pay for that upcharge, where maybe we could put either a cost savings out there, or we could put that money into a different engineering component to make this thing more versatile yet. So anyway, point being, we're never going to stop trying to improve and make tweaks. And so depending on when you're watching this video or any of our videos, hopefully there's product improvements that have come along. Sometimes there's not, but we added additional edges, for example. So you have new edge options for the wreckers. Now, if you want to buy just a wrecker itself and not have it on a frame, you can do that. You can buy one with the SSQA or the JDQA in the mini size or the heavy duty size. We even have a mega wrecker as well right now. So again, these are an evolutionary process. Originally, we called them the VersaForks because that's really what they were. They were versatile forks. They had the extra options and setup on there. Loader 3.0, that kind of stuff. But, you know, now we've added the mini wrecker. We are testing out a heavy duty version of that at a wrecker as well. That's still in the development process, but again, depending on when you're watching the video, it may be for sale by that point. If you own a tractor, I'm going to make your life easier in about 30 seconds and tell you about the PTO link. With a male and a female side, it's super easy to figure out. Hook it up to your output shaft, hook it up to your attachment, give it a slight twist, and you're ready to go. It's also going to add about 5 inches of length to your PTO shaft. So a lot of us, we add on a quick hitch, the shaft becomes too short. Well, this fixes that problem too. Now for those really heavy, awkward attachments, they have a new product out, the spanner wrench called PTO Align. You can see those angles that are adjusted just right to reach back in there, grab onto that shaft, and twist it where you need it to go. Now, of course, these products are all made in the USA, and best yet, you can save 5% off your order with code GWT at TractorPTOLink.com. We've got a grapple prototype too. That's going to be a top job when we end up coming out with that. That'll clamp down against either the bucket or clamp down against Pallet Forks. So it's, again, it's kind of the VersaFrame that you add on other attachments to. We're thinking about a land grader, all sorts of stuff, okay? The sky's the limit, headache rack, you name it. But I also wanted to try out to see if it would work. I didn't know if it would work or not, but we put the mini wrecker, the mini Atta wrecker on the 3-point hitch, and utilizing a hydraulic top link, wanted to see, well, could this thing actually trench going backwards? And technically, yes, it could trench, but it wasn't a very deep trench. It was probably 6 to 8 inches max depth. And so if you have a really shallow application, well, it's perfect for you. But if you need to go deeper than that, it's not going to work as well. But it was easier to do than using a loader up front. You have a little bit better visibility in the back. And perhaps when the HD wrecker, the longer version, that's 50% longer, comes out, it'll be applicable for that. But I will say it was a lot easier to keep steady and consistent driving backwards on the 3-point versus going forward and trying to, again, feather the loader going forward to keep the traction down, the tires down, and stay in a straight line, all that stuff. So there's a trade-off to doing it either way, shallower on the back, deeper on the front. you know, anyway, you have options. That's the point. How many times do you have options like that? Oftentimes you need to utilize your front end loader for other attachments like your bucket, like a grapple. Could be anything that you have to do up there, but you still want to have the ability to move other things around. And so you can put this set of pallet forks on the back side of your tractor, pick up pallets, move them around, shoot, scoop underneath logs. If you have a hydraulic top link on there, get right underneath that bad boy, scoop it up and carry it along. But generally speaking, you can lift more weight on your 3-point hitch than you can on your front end loader. Of course, you can't lift it as high, but if you just need to get something off the ground and move it around, it sure beats breaking your back to do that. So those really heavy loads, as long as you're within the limits of what the fork system can do and your 3-point hitch, you're generally going to get more capacity out of that 3-point. And another really common application is if you have a pinned bucket. So if you don't have a quick attach bucket where you can just easily take it off and put on other attachments, well, now you have a solution to put forks on your 3-point hitch and still move materials around. Now, suitcase weights. You can actually hang suitcase weights all along this top bar right here, okay? If you're on the front end loader on the JDQA, you can see everything you put on here, but let's take a look at what happens on the back side. So we have two different things going on here. Number one, we have a quick hitch, and so that just interferes, all right? So if you don't have a quick hitch on, you just have your 3-point hooked up, then you have the ability to put suitcase weights back here. But you'll also see on the SSQA version, well, because it's a different type of hookup, it has wide paddles that go in there. You can't put as many on there. You can put 4. You can put 2 on each side and still get a decent amount of additional suitcase weight storage. We're considering brainstorming some other ideas, some other ways to utilize these forks in different configurations without sacrificing the strength that they have. But, you know, again, always a work in progress. And you might be wondering, what the heck is this thing here? This is the Broom X. We actually just use this to clean off our parking pad here, and it's an awesome tool. We have a separate video all about the Broom X, but this is just another reason to utilize pallet forks in general. And if we're talking pallet forks, you know, there's not many attachments out there that every tractor owner needs, but pallet forks are one of the few on that short list. And folks watching this video, you can go ahead and reply if you agree with me or not, but we sell just an absolute boatload of pallet forks. You think, pallet forks, I can only lift up a pallet, but I mean, you can lift up and carry pretty much anything under the sun out there. Besides ballast weight, pallet forks, well, and actually maybe if you have an open station tractor, you might want to get yourself a set of mirrors as well. So seeing what's going on behind you, I mean, it's just an absolute game changer. It saves your back, it saves your neck from aching if you're on your tractor for a good while of time. But really, that's about it on the short list of items that every tractor owner needs. Folks, we are proud to be sponsored by RimGuard Solutions, a liquid ballast weight. It goes right inside your tires, completely hidden. Not only is it going to help with safety, keeping those rear tires planted on the ground, it helps with loader efficiency and traction too. The benefits of RimGuard include being the heaviest all-natural liquid ballast weight on the market. It's not going to corrode your rims like the old calcium chloride. It's not going to freeze, and it's available at over 1,000 dealers nationwide. Find the dealer near you at rimguardsolutions.com. Okay, sorry, I thought of one more thing that every tractor owner needs, which are additional hydraulics, a third function, rear remotes, hydraulic top link. I'm telling you, these tractors, most of them come out of the factory without enough hydraulics on them. And as a new tractor owner, you quickly realize, man, I'd love to get a grapple. My tractor doesn't have a third function on it, and the dealer wants $1,500 or $2,000 to do it. You can get one, do it yourself in a couple of hours for half the price. Same thing with these rear remotes. If you want to have a side shift flail mower, if you want to have a rear mount snow blower, if you want to have the hydraulic top and tilt link. I mean, the list just goes on and on. You want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 functions on the back. Again, save thousands of dollars, do that stuff yourself. Summit Hydraulics is the place to go. You save 5% with code GWT on everything on their website. We've been using them for years. One final question for you before we go, but we historically don't sell a lot of bale spears. So I'd like to get, you know, some feedback from you folks watching. If there's a whole slew of comments that come in saying, hey, what about bale spears? How do we mount those on here? Well, then we'll look into getting an option for that. It's on the list, but it's a long ways down the list. But if it's something that a huge portion of you folks are going to use out there, then we'll definitely bump it up that list. But on that note, if you're interested in a set of pallet forks, the VersaFrame system, go to goodworkstractors.com. That's the only place you can buy it. Get the most versatility, the most bang for your buck that you can. We ship this stuff right to you. The frame, the fork tines, the bucket, those all ship UPS ground right to you. No big freight truck involved. You don't have to be home for the delivery. Makes it super easy. Free shipping to 36 states, just a bit extra to go beyond that. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by, and until next time, stay safe. We'll see you soon.